Hey, good morning. Steve Bentley here, and just got my new to me, Toyota 4Runner here, '07 four-wheel drive, and not a fan of this kind of clear-coated aluminum look. You can see it's all fading here and not peeling, but just a little weathered looking. So I decided to go for a little updated look here. I got this graphite look, so I'm going to take you through the process here. I'm just going to use an automotive primer series for getting the base in there, and then graphite high performance wheel coating from Duplicolor. This is a sweet little color here. It's going to go black, but I'm liking this sort of metal color, and then we're going to hit it with a matte clear coat. So that's what I've done on this. This is just the spare tire. I wanted to go through the process with that, make sure I liked the look, and it worked out pretty good. I'm going to give a sanding to this, smooth it down a little bit. So that's got the 3 coats of primer on, 3 coats of graphite paint, and 3 coats of matte clear coat on there. So I'm going to give it a little sand, scuff it up a bit, and then hit another nice final coat of clear coat on there. But it's just showing you here what I'm doing with the actual sanding process. On that spare tire, I went through and took it right down to the bare metal with paint stripper, and just realized I don't need to do that with the regular wheel here. So I'm just going to actually use a red cone brush, little Scotch-Brite thing, and might hit it with a blue at the end just to finally smooth it out a little bit more. Got a little dust mask going here. It does get a little dusty. This clear coat spraying around. And then what I'm also going to do is pop off the center cap here, because I don't want to hit that too much with the cone sander, because that's going to mark it up pretty good. But I'm going to go over that with some 320 sandpaper later and get that all scuffed up nicely so we can paint that. And then I'm doing it right now on the car. It's just easier for the wheel to be like that, other than catching this top part. So I might end up, when I pop the wheels off, I might end up retouching this here, sanding it a little bit more. But yeah, a lot easier to do it when it's solid on the car like that. And then I'll just back it up into the garage, zip the lugs off, and pull the wheels off, do them all together all at once, and go through that. So anyways, I'll just show you a little bit of how I'm going through this, and you'll see it. Going to go through the whole outside of the rim, go all the way around, and then hit the inside part in here. But I'll do this one here and then the outside as well. This is actually going to scratch the chrome if I get too close, so I'm just going to go down to here and here, and then once I take the wheels off, I'll finish off the inside part. And just do all the inside in here and the top. Just that, all I'm doing is scuffing it up, taking it down to, sometimes it's getting down to the aluminum, but usually all I'm trying to do is just scuff up the clear coat, create the base for the primer to stick to. If there's any, I don't have any, but if there's any flaky loose bits or gouge marks, then I'll take a bit more attention to those and get that right down smooth. But the wheels are in good shape for the most part. A couple of little pits here, but I'll smooth all of that out. But yeah, car's in great shape. Just I want to change the look of this. So that's how we're going to do this, and then I'll do some video too when we're going through the process of priming it, painting it, and clear coating it, because it doesn't actually take that long. If you want to do it pretty quickly, you're just going to wait for the humidity. It's really humid here right now. We're in Houston, so it's about 90% humidity right now. I'm going to have to wait to have it drop down. Usually by late morning to mid-afternoon, the humidity's below 60%. which is when we can actually do the painting so it dries quickly. If it's too humid, that's going to slow down that process. Now this is got it all prepared now. This is the hardest part of the whole thing. It's really just the preparations. Like I used to do a lot of woodworking and getting everything taped up, the hardest thing. And these tires are pretty much brand new, so they're still giving off a bunch of, you know, petroleum products or rubber or whatever. This masking tape would not stick to them, so I had to rub them all down with mineral spirits around where I was going to be sticking the tape, and then had to do little individual pieces of tape, because if I tried to crimp it, it would pull up on the edge because it wasn't sticking very well. So as you can see, these are already not super adhered, but I got the paper all in, covering up the little lug nut bases there, so I don't have any paint in there. I'll scrape out whatever I've missed. Then the little tiny caps, got the little Toyota logo in there. I'm going to keep that all silver on the inside, and then just get at it. So we'll start doing the priming and then the painting, and I'm going to do about 3 coats of each. Okay, we put 3 coats of primer on and let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes just to really make sure that was dried up. And then we're going to hit it with Duplicolor Graphite wheel paint. Okay, we're almost done. We have got 3 coats of primer on after sanding everything down, and then we also did 3 coats of the Graphite Duplicolor wheel paint, and it's looking really good, liking the look. And now we're going to we let it sit for an hour. Just a second here. We let it sit for an hour as the clear coat instructions say to do after finally painting. So we're going to put a couple of coats on here, and I've got another can coming in a week, so what I'm going to do is do the clear coat now for as much as I can, and then when I get the next can, what I'm going to do is hit it with some sandpaper, sand it down a little bit just to smooth it out, and then we're going to have a nice fly finish on it for the final couple of coats that I'll put on in a week or so when I get another can of this. It's already on order, this is all I forgot now. There we go. And each of these coats has to sit for 10 minutes, so it takes me about 4 or 5 minutes to do a coat. I have to go through a routine. Can't be in the direct sun, so I got to move these little guys out as the sun's starting to creep over. And yeah, I've got enough left to do another coat. That'll give me 2, and then I'll get another 2 on in a week or so when I get that other can. That'll give it a chance to harden really well. Then I'll just hit it with a light sanding of like a 400 wet dry sandpaper, maybe 600. Yeah, I really like the look of it. Good stuff. Okay, well we're done the coats of clear coat, and I like the look at it. We're taking the paper and tape off right away around the rim here because I don't want it to dry on, and if you peel it out when it's wet, I'll do this one here. Just peel it off and then pull it away from the tire. You'll get a nice clean thing and less likely to impact the paint in the clear coat. Just did all these little individual tapes because the tire was so not sticking. You can see it's coming off real nice. Cool. So we'll get another coat, clear coat on that in a week or so, and yeah, it's gonna be dialed in and looking awesome. Okay, and here's the final product of the wheels. We got them all done. They're all clear coated, and I mentioned in the previous video that I was gonna wait a week or so, sand them down a little bit, and then hit them with a final coat of clear coat. I actually did a couple more coats. Took them off the car, popped them into the garage, and laid them all out. Clear coated them after sanding them down with a little bit of, I think I used like a 1500 or something like that, or 800. Just a scuff to wet sand them, and then hit them with some brake cleaner fluid, wiped them down, made sure there was nothing on there, and then hit them with some spray coat, clear coat again. And yeah, I like them. I like the way they look. They feel beautiful, really good color. Left the Toyota logo silver there in the middle of it. Yeah, Really good look on the car. Really happy with the way they turned out.